Hi everyone, my name is Lorena. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have the OMIE box, which I just received a couple of weeks ago. I've been using it and trying it out, and I want to do a comparison with the other two lunchboxes that I have. One being the BENTGO lunchbox, which I know is also very popular and slightly cheaper, and so I want to do a comparison. What are the pros and the cons of each? If maybe you're thinking about getting another one, giving you my review of what I think, which one works best or which one would work best for you. I hope this information is useful to you. Let's get started. So first off, I have here the OMIE lunchbox. We got this beautiful yellow orange color that actually Juliet chose for herself, and I wanted to add this one to my rotation mainly because it has the thermal incorporated inside of here, and it looked like it was very easy for little ones to use. And so I wanted to have it, I wanted to keep it for those days that maybe we had pasta left over, rice and beans or something like that, something warm that she can take inside of here. And initially when I first got it, I thought two things. Wow, it's a lot heavier than the other two that I have, and two, it does seem very luxurious and very high-end, and so I was very excited to use it. So now inside of the box, it does have this divider included that you're able to move around and place it wherever you liked. And also on this side, this is really nice whenever you have fruits and you want to make two compartments out of this, or you know, depending on the size. That's really nice. You can also have other accessories. I bought the spoon and the fork bundled up with the lunchbox. Let me show you that. It looks like this. You attach it to the handle of the lunchbox, and it's very easy for the little ones to use. They just pull it out. Look how nice they are. I think they're great quality. This is a spoon, this is the fork, and she hasn't had a problem using it. She kind of just sticks to it like that. I kind of showed her how to use it beforehand so that she would be able to do it by herself at school. So again, this is what you would attach over here. Also has the option to bundle with this triangle that you fit right here, that you can put yogurt or another dip. But I just got it. I wish it would have arrived today. I wish I would have ordered it sooner. I had it in my cart on Amazon for the longest, and I finally bought it yesterday. It's not going to arrive till tomorrow. It comes with two containers, so you can use the two at the same time, but I really just want it for one because I want to be able to send her with a little bit of yogurt and then, you know, sprinkle some cinnamon inside just so it has like more flavor, because I do give her the plain yogurt. I was sending her with the little smoothie yogurts, but they had so much sugar inside that I stopped doing that. And it's not that I don't give her sugar. We eat a lot of treats, a lot of sweets, you know, on the weekend we have sweets, ice cream, whatever, but I just feel like it's unnecessary to give her more than she needs. Like, she doesn't need a sugary smoothie yogurt every single day. So it would be nice if I can just give her the plain yogurt and sprinkle some things on top, like I said, cinnamon, maybe a little bit of fruit, just to make it a little bit more lively. Put sprinkles on top. I don't know if Juliet's school will allow the sprinkles. They're very strict on the no candy policy, so I don't know if I'm gonna get away with that. Maybe for her birthday I'll sneak in there some sprinkles. But other than that, I feel like just having that little container for yogurt would be really nice, and it would save me money instead of buying these little smoothie yogurts that are on the expensive side. I can just get a tub of the Stony Fuel plain yogurt and just put that, you know, a couple times a week inside of here, or whenever I do use this one. And that is going to be so nice to have. Now the reason why this one is so heavy is because it does have the thermal in here that you are also able to remove and just use the lunchbox like this as is. So if you were only to choose one lunchbox and you wanted both options, this is the way to go. And here is the thermal. Somebody left me a comment in a previous video that I did about lunches and what I do for Juliet Monday through Friday, just a little sample of what I've been doing. They told me that for the thermos, it was best if you put water, like hot water in the case when you want it to be hot. Let it be there for 10 minutes and then you dump it and then you clean it out. So that way this gets hot and then the food stays hot for a long period of time or a longer period of time. But I initially thought she was suggesting for me to do that with any other thermal. Like I said, you don't have to get this OMIE box. You can just get a simple thermal on the side and then put that inside of the lunch box, and have some reusable Ziploc bags inside of the bag for the fruit and the vegetables and stuff like that if you wanted to go that route. But then I also saw that also applied to this one. This person also gave me a really good tip, saying that if, for example, you're making a hot warm sandwich and you didn't want it to be soggy, that you can add towel paper at the bottom, and that way it would take the moisture out and it would keep the item really nice and fresh. I thought that was a really good tip because I wouldn't have thought of that, and I think I would have just dumped the hot sandwich in there. So that was a really good tip. Today we have leftover pasta, and that's probably Juliet's favorite hot meal on the OMIE thermal so far. It's simple, and like I mentioned, after leaving some hot water, I wipe it clean. The yellow ring does come off really easily, so just take it off and make sure that when you put it back on, it claps back inside. This is just plain pasta, and I'm gonna shred some Parmesan cheese on top, and this is just gonna be the perfect lunch meal. Now the mechanism to open and close the thermal is very simple for little ones. I really like it. You just make sure that you're not twisting it too hard for the little ones to open it. And one other tip I would give you is to check that there's no leakage, especially if you're doing a soup. Make sure that it is closed correctly, that you fit in the yellow part nice and back into its proper place. Okay, Juliet, so we updated. We only want one cookie and one cracker, right? Because she wants to eat another cookie when she comes home. And then she has plenty of grapes for her fruit, and then tomato, some cabbage, and what is in here?
Pasta!
Pasta! Do you like pasta? Is it one of your favorite?
Yes.
And then you have your utensils there?
Yes.
Can you show everyone how you can take it off and put it back inside? How did mommy show you? Is it straight? Okay, so there we go, there we go. So that's one. And then, okay. Do you think it's easy or is it hard?
It's easy.
Okay, so now put it back in. All right, you put one in. Is that hard or is that easy? Putting it back is harder, huh? Ta-da! Bravo! Do you like this set of spoon and fork?
Ow! The sun is hitting me now.
I know it
I'm
is.
gonna go down.
There we go. Now for me, for my child's experience with schools and where her cubby is located and the amount of time she's gonna be carrying this around is like very minimum. It takes her like less than a minute to arrive from the door to her cubby, and so she's really not carrying it or having to carry it where I feel like this is maybe too heavy for her, or she has to walk from a classroom all the way to a cafeteria. That's not happening with Juliet, so I am comfortable sending her with something like this that is a little bit heavier, especially if she has her bottled water and stuff like that. And I still feel like I am grateful I did get it, because when it comes to the rotation of the lunchbox, like sometimes things do work better here, sometimes it works better on this one. And I do have this one where I've had like large sandwiches that I've cut just because maybe I'm running out of bread and I just have one loaf and I need to cut them all like a little bit bigger size, like rectangles. It fits better here. So whatever I'm doing specific to that day, if it happens to work better here on this one, I use this one. This one I do love the most when it comes to portion size. I feel like this is the perfect portions for preschool. When it comes like for this for fruits and veggies, I usually put sunflower butter in here with some celery sticks, or I just stick like a little treat in here, and that's like a nice fun thing. Also, let me talk about the washing. So when it compares to the two, I have to say that this one is a little bit more complicated to wash. It doesn't remove, you don't remove anything, right? Like it's just one case, but it does have this band that allows it to close well and seal well between the 3 different compartments so that the food doesn't leak. So that's really great. But when you wash it, you want to make sure that you're washing it and then removing this and it's drying out and then placing it back inside. Here it is. So this one runs a little bit wider and this one runs a little bit higher, but they both fit perfectly inside of the lunchbox. This one is kind of the same size or same shape as this one that I have here. This one I bought at Pottery Barn, and this one is advertised as, you know, very safe, not plastic, less chemicals and all of that, you know, good for the eco. And I just wish that the compartments were not as high. This is very lightweight too. This is very convenient, very lightweight, very easy to wash and or throw into the dishwasher and then just have it ready for the next day. But the depth of this seems very, very big to me, and I just feel like things look like it's not full enough, or I can't really tell like with the portions if I'm giving her too much or too little. So that's why I don't like this one. Also, you can't remove these dividers and create, you know, your separations that you want. It is what it is. So that's why this one is a little bit harder to work with. But I do love the material. I do love, you know, what it is. I wish it was a little bit more customizable. I wish they had 2 versions and one of them was like the depth of it was a little bit less, so it's better for little ones, like really little ones. Juliet is gonna be 4 soon and she's in preschool, and so she doesn't need that big of a lunchbox, I feel like, or that big portion. I've been mainly using these two, with this one being my favorite to wash and clean. So here it's really easy to open, the same. It goes really gentle, and it does have this right here so that it doesn't spill between the different compartments, and then this slides off and then you're able to wash this on its own. And then I just wipe the inside clean, and that's it. Like, you're able to throw this one into the dishwasher if you want it, or you can just wash it as is. This is super easy to clean. We did have a little incident with this where this popped off already once. Summer school is 10 weeks for us, and I thought this was the end of this box. Fortunately, my husband was able to force it back inside. It's just like one of those plastic balls that you really have to like squeeze back inside. There's like no way. It seemed almost impossible to squeeze it back in. Thankfully, he was able to repair it, and we can still use it. You know, it's only summer school and this one is already giving out, so I hope that doesn't happen again. I don't know, for whatever reason that happened. I don't know if Juliet knocked it over really hard or whatever, but when I opened the lunchbox, this was already popped out. But I hope this one lasts us for a little bit longer, or at least for the full school year, this school year. This is a little bit cheaper than this. Buying 2 of these, I think it's a really good deal. They have many different colors, and actually it depends on like the color that you want, that they price it like $1 or $2 more. This is my favorite. This one I think is the perfect one for little ones, and it's also super easy to wash and clean, and I love that about this one. Will it hold up for the whole entire year? I hope so. Now, I do love having the 3 because it gives me options and makes things exciting for Juliet. But of course, if for you want to do meal prep, or maybe you don't have the money to be spending on 3 very expensive lunchbox, because these do run pretty high to pay kind of up front, and like, you know, back in the day we would send our kids with Ziploc bags and, you know, a paper bag, and the sandwich was, you know, put inside the Ziploc bag, and that works perfectly fine too. But if you are able to splurge on these lunch boxes, I would say number one, for just the very basic, for just, you know, keeping it fun and keeping it on the lightweight, I would go with this one. And then if you are able to splurge on a lunchbox, I would say go with this. You have the option to remove this one, like I said. Of course, if your little one is not, like, you know, having trouble to carry something like this, definitely go with this one. You get 2 for 1. You're able to remove this, or you're able to keep this. It has really nice accessories, so definitely if you can splurge, have something like this. And if your child is a little bit on the older side and you like to put a little bit more, you know, like popcorn, a little bit more fruit or whatever, this one is nice for older kids. I would say for like kindergarten or elementary, this is nicer for the older kids to have bigger portions. But we do have it on rotation, and I'm glad that I have it. So for whatever reason I needed something like this, I have it. Now I also encourage you to watch my previous video where I showed you a whole week of what I'm giving Juliet. It's just a little bit of taste of and ideas of what also you can do. I also show a ton of accessories that I have also that I bought, you know, like some cutters for sandwich, some silicone cups, some kind of like reusable toothpick where you can just like pin it to fruit or something like that. I know not every parent is safe sending their kid with one of those, but for Juliet it has worked out. There hasn't been any incidents, and I know the teachers are really close by watching all the kids as they eat. They're a small group, and so I'm okay with sending her with that, and it just makes it fun. I hope this information was useful to you, and if you have any other suggestions on videos that you would like me to see, do, or try out, let me know in the comments. I'd love to try it out and let you know what I think, you know, whether it's a product or whether if you want to, you know, test something with the lunch boxes, let me know and I'll give it a try. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye.